Hey Charles, do you want to get knocked out or submitted? As UFC 317 gets closer, Ilia Topuria is making it very clear that he believes this fight against Charles Do Bronx Oliveira is going to be easy. Not just a win, but a dominant one. A few days ago, in an interview, Topuria said that he had saved all his aggression for Islam Makhachev. His original plan was to take the lightweight belt directly from the Russian champion. But after Islam decided to move up and vacate the lightweight title, Topuria had to settle for a fight for the vacant belt. And this matchup against Charles? According to Topuria, it wasn't even the fight he really wanted. In fact, he said he respects Charles a lot, even called him a good guy. But since the opportunity came, he'll take the belt anyway. In that same interview, Topuria even said he felt kinda sorry for Charles, because he's convinced this is going to be a one-sided beatdown. He believes that even with the size disadvantage, Charles won't be able to handle him, not on the feet, and not on the ground. And now he's gone even further. Topuria recently posted a training video where he was drilling submissions, and in the caption he wrote, "What would you prefer, a knockout or a submission?" It was clearly aimed at Charles. This is next-level self-belief. What makes it even crazier is the fact that Charles Oliveira is the fighter with the most combined knockouts and submissions in UFC history. He's not some random guy, but Topuria is walking into this fight like it's already won. But let's be fair, when you're undefeated, and you just knocked out two of the greatest featherweights in UFC history, it's kinda understandable. Topuria's confidence is through the roof, and like any great fighter on a hot streak, he truly believes there's no one who can stop him. But when he talks about knocking out or even submitting Charles so casually, it's like he's forgetting who he's dealing with. Charles is not just another name on the roster, he's the submission king of the UFC, and he's also one of the most dangerous strikers in the lightweight division. More importantly, Charles is a guy who's been through hell inside that cage. He's been doubted, dropped, dismissed, and every single time he came back stronger. In the last 7 years, only 2 fighters have beaten Charles: Islam Makhachev, who submitted him in a title fight, and Arman Tsarukyan, the current #1 contender. And even that Tsarukyan fight, it was razor close. When the final horn sounded, Charles had a tight submission locked in, and Arman looked like he was surviving on pure willpower, seconds away from tapping or going out. So if Topuria thinks he's going to walk right through Charles like he's done with others, he might be making the same mistake that's cost so many fighters in the past: underestimating Do Bronx. This fight, set for June 28th in Las Vegas, is for the vacant UFC lightweight title, and no one's denying Topuria's talent. His power at featherweight is real, but this isn't 145. At 155, against one of the greatest lightweights of all time, things might play out a little differently. If Topuria wins, it's huge. He becomes a 2-division champ in, arguably, the 2 toughest weight classes in the UFC. But if Charles imposes his game, especially if the fight hits the ground, this could turn into a nightmare for the Spanish-Georgian fighter. One thing's for sure though, this has all the ingredients to be fight of the year. Why? Because neither of these guys likes to waste time. Both of them are aggressive, both go for the kill, and both are more than willing to step into the fire. Topuria is the type of fighter who moves forward constantly. Being the shorter guy, he needs to close distance and trap opponents against the fence to land damage. His style isn't about waiting and countering at range. He forces exchanges. And Charles, we all know how he fights. No matter who's standing across from him, he moves forward. He absorbs damage, sometimes a lot of it, but he never backs down. He throws, he scrambles, and he finishes. So yeah, chances are Charles is going to accept the short-range brawl. We just hope he doesn't get caught early, because as we've seen before, he can get dropped by clean shots. Even though he's the submission master, Charles rarely shoots for takedowns. When the fight hits the mat, it's usually because someone drops him, or he drops them. That's why it's hard to imagine this fight going the full 5 rounds. It feels like it'll be over within the first 2 or 3 tops. And once again, just like in most of his recent fights, Charles is the underdog. The only time he came in as the betting favorite was against Michael Chandler. This time the hype is all around Topuria, even though he's moving up in weight. But here's the interesting part. Charles actually likes being the underdog. He's said it many times. When people count him out, that's when he fights best. So if there's anyone who can ruin Topuria's party, it's Charles Oliveira. Now let's talk about how this fight might actually go. There are 2 clear scenarios. If Topuria keeps the fight standing, pressures early, and avoids any crazy scrambles, he might get the knockout. He's precise, powerful, and super confident right now. But if Charles can make it ugly, and especially drag the fight to the ground, even if it's after getting dropped, then things could shift fast. On the mat, Charles has more tools and more experience than anyone Topuria has ever faced. It's all going to come down to who gets the momentum first. And with fighters this dangerous, a single mistake can be the end. We've got an undefeated young champion trying to make history. And on the other side, a veteran who's still dangerous, still hungry, and still chasing that gold. UFC 317, June 28th. Mark the date. This one's going to be violent. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Charles can shock the world again? Or is Topuria going to crush his dream of becoming champion once more? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm just getting started here on YouTube, and your support would mean a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.